Hey friends, welcome back to Llamamakayla's Yarn Tube. Thanks for coming by for a visit today. First off, I want to say how awesome you all are for playing along with my little guessing game yesterday. I just loved all the guesses. Even the wrong ones were just also awesome. So, a lot of people picked frog, some people picked turtle, dinosaur, lizard, gecko. A few people were convinced that the little three-prong thing that I had was like a chicken foot or a some kind of bird claw, which is all great guesses. Like, it could have been any of those things. You're right. So, before I show you my finished project, I want to show you the book that my project came from. I have this Zoomigurumi book that was sent to me by a sweet subscriber, and I love this book. Like, I want to make everything in this book. There's a whole series of these books, like it might go like 1 through 9, 10, something like that. Let me see if it says in the back here. Yeah, it goes like 1 through 10. And then they made this book, which is compiled with 30 of the favorite animals out of all 10 books. And so that is what my sweet subscriber sent to me. And I love it. I want to make all the animals out of this book. Like, I really do. So I decided I was going to make... There's a better picture right here. I was going to make this frog. And so that's what I made, and that's what I had picked that yarn for, because I wanted to make a frog with it. And I knew that frog would be like stripy and change colors, and I didn't want to color control. I just wanted to let it go the way it was. Now, this particular pattern calls for worsted weight, and it's calls for a 3.75 millimeter crochet hook. I used a 4 millimeter, which is not far off. I don't think it makes that much of a difference between an F and a G. Maybe it does, maybe it don't. I don't know. I would think 0.25 wouldn't make that much of a difference in size. I'm saying that because my project came out a lot bigger than I expected. Like right here, he looks really small, doesn't he? That's Kirk the frog. And I'm probably just going to call him Froggy. But he came out way larger than I thought he would come out. Let me just say. So as I was looking through the book for a project that I wanted to make, I saw these fingers and these toes, and I've never done a project where I had to do fingers and toes, and so I was kind of intrigued by that and kind of wanted to challenge myself to see if I could do it. Sometimes I like to challenge myself, and sometimes I just like easy projects where I don't have to think. And I can just make it and go, that I'm used to making, like everything's just made kind of the same. Sometimes you need projects like that, and sometimes I need projects like that, and sometimes I need projects where I challenge myself. And I'm the type of person where I just want to prove that I can do it, and then I'm fine. I can move on. Like, I don't feel like I need to make 10 of that project. I just want to make one to prove to myself I can do it, and I'm good. Well, let me just tell you, I made the head, I made the eyes, I made the body, I made one arm, and I proved to myself I could do it. And I was just like, I don't need to prove to myself 3 more times that I can do those fingers. I told my son Elijah, I was like, I just wanted to prove to myself that I could do fingers and toes if I wanted to, but I've proved it, and I don't really feel like I need to prove that 3 more times. And so I joked around about I could make him some stump arms and stump legs, that he had amputations, and such. And, you know, we laughed, and I was just kind of joking around. But I went ahead and did it. But I will tell you, on the last foot, I was about to run out of yarn, and I thought I was going to have to amputate a toe. But we made it, and we even had a little left over to put the arms and legs on. So I'm going to show you my project. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready for this? Because it is cuteness overload. I can't wait to take him out and take some photos of him, which I have not done because it is hot, hot, hot out there. And I just finished it like 5 minutes ago. Here we go. Here is my frog. He is a lot larger than I expected him to be. There's his eyes, his head, and he does have a little line there for a mouth and arms. And then he has these super long legs. Okay, I did give him movable arms. And I did record putting the arms and legs on for a video of attaching movable legs and arms to Amigurumi. Now, when I filmed that, I'm filming overhead at my desk, and I don't know how well I stayed on camera because my camera was up above my head. I mean, it was up here, and so I couldn't see the screen. So I'm going to take a look at it, and if it's not just horrible, horrible, I will turn it into a video. But if it's, you know, I wasn't even on screen for all of it, or most of it, I'll just delete it. So, but I was wanting to try to show y'all because I do get a lot of questions about that. So he does have movable arms, and his legs are also movable. And the reason why I wanted his legs movable is because they bend at the knee, and I can pose him and, you know, sitting in different ways, such as this. And then I know this looks horrible, and it's not very appealing the way I'm holding him. But I hope to take him out for some photos, and I will be posting those on Instagram. But I just think that he turned out so cute. I love the look on his face. Like he's just looking like, ooh, I've been captured. And I do want to just show you how he turned out. Now, I will go ahead and tell you, I hot glued those eyes on, and I hot glued the head onto the body. But I did attach the legs and arms different, because I wanted them a different, you know, to be able to move. And I hot glued the legs to his feet. They are also hot glued on. So I know I use hot glue. Some people don't like that. That's okay. I'm not telling people they should use hot glue. I'm saying I have difficulty with my hands. And I know a lot of my subscribers have difficulty with their hands. And if you feel like you can't do amigurumis or projects with parts because you can't sew them, just try hot gluing them. But if you can sew, go right ahead and sew those pieces on. If I didn't have trouble with my hands, I would sew my pieces on. But since I do, I'm using hot glue, so I don't need comments about how the hot glue is, you know, horrible. When this yarn is acrylic, and when you put hot glue on this and hot glue on this acrylic and put them together, they are not coming apart. You can pull this out all you want. That is not coming off of there. It is not. People are saying, you know, your parts are going to fall off and stuff like that. They're not going to fall off. And then some people say, oh, you're cheating using hot glue. Well, fine. You say people with a sewing machine are cheating. People who use a wheelchair and can't walk are cheating. People who, you know, say, I have a feeding tube. I'm not eating the way you eat. Am I cheating? So people are so funny in their comments. And really, I just laugh about it. But I do want to comment, you know, I don't need your comments. But I really, really just love the way this frog turned out. And I love the way his legs bend and he can be posed and all. Isn't that just cute? Cute, cute, cute. Okay. So I'm trying to see if I can get him all the way on screen. I didn't measure him to see how long he is, but I will measure him when I put the video up. In the description, I will put his measurements. So, yeah. Oh, thank you for watching. And like I said, thank you for playing along with my little guessing game yesterday. It was so much fun reading all the comments and guesses. And I just think he turned out really good. I don't know, like I have made the hamster from this book. And he did not turn out large. So I was really surprised at how large. I'm trying to reach the hamster. Okay, I made this hamster from this book before. And he's not large. He's a normal size little Amigurumi. I did make him with a 4mm G hook. So he, could be made smaller with a smaller hook. But so I was really surprised. Now, I used this Impeccable Speckle Stripes Loops and Thread yarn as 160 yards. I bought 2 balls of this yarn, and this is what I have left over. So I was really getting nervous making that last foot. I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to have enough, but I did. And you can see it got into that yellow on the very, very tip. But he turned out good. Now, I was really shocked. I didn't do any color control. I just let it go however how it went. But then I thought, well, maybe I should have color controlled those hands because they come out exactly the same. What are the chances of that? I just think that's very odd that they come out exactly the same. And what I had done was I made the head, I made the body, I did the eyes, and then I did one arm, and then I just kept pulling the yarn from the same way and made the other arm. So I thought that was really odd that it came out with this, because I would have thought this color would have showed back up again before this one did again. So it is what it is, and that's the way it came out. So that was not planned. It was just totally coincidental. I mean, it's just the way it did. But I love how it started out with a yellowish color, and see it's speckled up there, and then it did this shade of green, the olive, and then it did more of a green, and then it went back to this, and then his body is the olive green, and then down here he's the yellowish, and then one leg came out this way, and one leg came out this way. And it started with the olive green, and the whole foot turned out to be the green. So I really love the way that worked up. Like I said, that's just the way the yarn worked. Now, as I was working with that yarn, I thought that colorway would have made a great chameleon, and it would have made a great color for some of the other things that y'all said, such as a dinosaur or a turtle, things like that. But this chameleon in this book, which I probably will end up making, probably not back to this one, but eventually. Oh, it's not a chameleon, it's a gecko. I'm sorry. This little gecko right here, that colorway would have been great for him also. All right, guys, I'm going to let you all get going. I hope you have a great day. I hope you are staying cool or staying warm, whatever you need to do for yourself. And I hope you're doing something to bring yourself some joy today. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye, friends.